What characteristics distinguish the pro from the typical trader? Well, they plan their trades. No. They execute their plan without error. We'll talk about trading errors in a minute. Big difference. Okay, they can move in and out of their trades with an ease and effortlessness that would boggle the mind of the typical trader. Okay, what do you need to achieve consistent results? Well, you're gonna need an edge. You're gonna be able to identify an edge. You're gonna have a trading methodology, are you not? Right? Okay? And you have to have a plan on how to utilize that edge. In other words, you're gonna have to determine risk parameters. How much does it cost me to find out if this particular edge that my methodology provides me, how much is it going to cost me to find out that this edge is working on this particular trade or not? That's your risk parameter. Are you guys with me on this? Okay? Money management parameters. In other words, how much in other words, contract size or number of shares that you trade. All this has to be taken into consideration. You could have a standard amount, or you could have an amount that fluctuates based on other criteria that you use, to determine, the level of trade that it is. Like it could be like a 5-star trade or a 1-star trade. With a 5-star trade, you go in with a maximum position. With a 1-star trade, you go in with a minimum position. And profit objectives. You have to be able to set profit objectives. See, just having a methodology to get you into a trade is not enough. You have to be able to determine what the risk is on a consistent basis. You have to know what your money management parameters are, and you have to be able to determine where to take profits. None of these are easy things to do, are they? Trade execution. The ability to execute trades flawlessly so you can utilize your trading plan to its maximum potential. This is the big one right here. This is the area, because when you get right down to it, trading is execution. The act of trading is executing trades. And if you're going to execute trades, you're going to have to be able to do them without errors, because it doesn't make any sense to think that you will achieve a consistently rising equity curve if you're constantly making trading errors. Trading errors would be defined as mistakes. Mistakes that detract from your bottom line results. Now, the interesting thing about mistakes is that when you're trading from let's say the perspective of, it doesn't really take anything to win, then there really aren't any mistakes that you can make, because anything that you do could result in a winning trade for any reason. But when we're talking about making consistent money or an income that we can rely on, then everything changes about this. Everything changes. What I'm talking about here is I'm talking about these like 5 or 4 broad skill sets to be able to create consistent results, the kind of results that you can rely on as an income. You're going to have to learn an edge. You're going to have to acquire a trading methodology that gives you an edge. I'm defining an edge as that there's a higher probability of one thing happening over another. That's what an edge is. And we're going to learn the nature of probabilities here in a moment. You're going to have to have, have a plan on how you utilize that edge, meaning what the risk is, position size, and profit objectives. Then you're going to have to be able to execute. You're going to have to get to the point where you can execute that edge without making errors. For you to be able to execute that edge without making errors, you're going to have to learn how to trade from a carefree state of mind, meaning you're going to have to aspire to the point where you can trade without fear. And to trade without fear, you're going to have to learn how to think in probabilities. That's basically where we're going here. And I said this primary skill was learning how to trade without fear. Learning how to trade without fear is a function of learning how to think in probabilities.